All right, Mr. Steele, you ready for your vest test?
Yes.
What is the most important role of a vested officer?
I would say leading by example and teaching where I can.
Teaching how?
Uh, Teaching one by example, but secondly, probably if I am out and notice something that could be corrected, just pull that officer to the side and mention it to him.
Who do you think you would be teaching the most?
Mostly, I think it would be the unbadged.
Okay. What trainings need to be done for a unbadged officer?
Taser training, and then it would be the RP, the passive and aggressive traffic stops.
What
And
else?
then I would say the ride alongs to make sure they know how to operate the vehicle and can get around the city. Um, Learning the green zone, learning the rules.
How many ride-alongs do they need?
I believe it's 5, and I don't think you can do any more than 2 with the same vested officer.
Okay. Do they have to take a driving test?
Yes.
Okay. And how do you think you can go above and beyond the normal training stuff? What else could you do for them?
I'm sorry, I had a phone call pop in. I lost you.
What else do you think you can do aside from the normal training stuff to help them?
Besides the normal training, just give advice. Um, Probably the biggest thing I could teach would be not to play into the trolling, not to fall victim to that, because those people have a plan when they approach us. So it'd be best to be prepared for those.
How do you think they're going to learn to NRP use their screen record body cam or load up to YouTube?
I'm sorry, I don't know if it was my end or yours that cut out.
How do you think they're going to learn how to upload to YouTube or use their body cam NRP?
Um, I would say if they're not aware how to do it, it would be just as simple as sitting down in a quiet room and then just explaining it to them. Um, Depending on their device, just explaining to them how to go about those procedures to get to their body cam, and then how to explain to them how to upload them to Discord.
Okay. What would you do if a lower ranking officer disobeys a direct order you give them?
I would first sit them down and discuss with them the importance of following direction and orders, and then explain to them that they'd probably have to have a reprimand, um, as a learning tool, not so much as discipline, which in a way it is discipline, but more on the lines of learning that it's the importance of it.
And how would you document that stuff?
I would have my body cam on at all times. So my evidence and documentation would be a body cam.
Okay, and if they fail to follow orders, what PD rule is that breaking?
Give me 1 second. I don't remember right off the top of my head what PD rule that is.
It's going to be PD 6.
Okay. Non-observance of subordination, not following orders of superiors in rank. It's 1 reprimand.
That's correct. As a police officer, why is it important to follow state laws and server rules?
The importance of it to me is 1, we can't be out there doing the same things that we're enforcing. It's just a bad look all the way around. And the importance of, upholding those rules is just for smooth gameplay for everybody, even ourselves.
Can you tell me what PD rule they'd be breaking if they failed to do that?
Just guessing, I'm going to say PD Rule 7.
Very good. What is the punishment for deploying a taser or firearm without proper warning or macros?
Did you say what's the punishment? I know the punishment is 1 reprimand.
Do you know what PD rule it is?
I believe it's PD Rule 5.
Okay. Give me an example of an RP13.
Actually, if we go back to the previous question, I believe it would be PD Rule 3, and that's dismissal.
Right. You had it right.
Okay.
Yeah, let's stick with that, brother. Give me an example of RP13.
Okay, RP13. Going outside of my faction, kind of like hanging out with gang members, not on a professional level, but on a personal level. Taking bribes, things of that nature.
Okay. Do you know the punishment for that?
For that, man, I'm going to just go with dismissal. I could be wrong.
No, that's right. That's possible dismissal, correct. Why is proper role play important during arrest and interactions? And there's a PD rule that goes with it.
I'm gonna go with it's RP 15. I mean, not RP 15. PD Rule 15.
Not quite.
Let me see. You got me tangled up on that one. The importance of role playing. Goodness, man. Just off the top of my head, the importance of it would be to make sure, it's smooth gameplay and everybody's on the same page. Definitely knowledge of role play is important, especially to make sure everything is smooth. But as far as knowing, like the PD rule of it, I'm not really sure.
It's PD 16. What is the punishment for not having your body cam on of a situation when it's requested?
I would say, man, goodness. I thought I was ready. I would say it's at least one reprimand, because maybe even two, because it's pretty important to always have your BC on to cover yourself, especially when they're asking for supervisors or wanting to get admin involved.
All right, so if I said, Chris, I need you to give me your BC of a shooting that you were involved with, and you said, I don't have it, what PD rule would that be? Listen to the words. Chris, give me your body cam. And your reply is, I don't have it. What have you failed to follow?
It would kind of be like insubordination, right? Like maybe
Perfect.
fall under PD 6.
Perfect. What could happen if you detain or imprison a suspect without proper cause?
That's dismissal from the police department.
Correct. You know what PD rule it is?
That's PD Rule 2.
All right. Bro, you sound like you're in there having a damn asthma attack over this test.
It's a damn pollen, man. This one tore my throat up.
Yeah, I take allergy medicine every morning, NRP. As a vested officer, what is your main responsibility during a hiring event?
I'm just going to go off of what I've paid attention to, and I would say during hiring events, it would be to, for one, get people in the correct room, but also after their second interview, would start on their trainings, whether it be taser or getting involved with the RP training with them.
It's perfect. So tell me, what is the main responsibilities of an unbadged officer?
The responsibilities for unbadged, man, basically is to learn. Their focus should be on learning and getting their XP up. Learning the city, keeping up with their green zones, learning those, learning their macros. That would be my biggest thing as far as an unbadged.
And what is the main responsibilities of a badged officer?
is to actually, I don't know, to me, as a badged officer, it was to learn. It was to be more comfortable placing charges and placing charges the correct way. And I guess in some aspect, you could answer some questions and help out. I've done that a whole lot myself. It's just answering any questions that an unbadged has, whether it be their next steps or things they need to know.
Okay, tell me, can an unbadged officer go on a 10-6 by themselves?
As a badged officer, no.
As an unbadged, can they?
No, not at all.
How can a badged officer or an unbadged officer go out on a 10-6?
The unbadged officer has to be with a vested officer. And for a badged officer to go out, they would have to be two of them. They can either be both badged or vested and badged.
Can a unbadged officer go out on a 10-12 and use macros?
No, not by themselves.
Right, if they're with another officer, can they use macros?
No. You said unbadged, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, no, they can't use macros.
They can.
Oh, wow. Okay. I just thought the unbadged just sat.
No, they just can't speak to the public. They can use the radio and put macros up and help. Can they do mission patrols?
Yes.
All right. Can a badged officer go on floor 1 and make arrest?
I sure hope so. Yes.
Yeah, they can. All right, we already really covered the vested and what they can do, so I'm going to pass you, brother.
Man, I really appreciate that. This definitely threw me for a loop on some of them. Definitely have to keep learning these rules.
All right, so as a vested officer, man, we want you to be a good mentor for the badged officers and the unbadged. Also, as a vested officer, you can join a bunch of different units now, so we kind of want you to do that. Your quota, do you know what your quota is as a vested officer?
I seen it in chat the other day. It's the 5 arrests. I want to say a week, but there was something else too. I want to say it was the trainings.
Yeah, 5 arrests, 5 trainings. Badge.
Okay.
Badge officers is just 5 arrests, and then unbadged, the only thing they need to focus on is getting their training done and getting their XP up. So we just want you to share, your knowledge, pass that down because it's very important and it's very valuable.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to helping out with some of the trainings, and I need to talk to